Gosh, Carrascal rewarded for what he did at Flamengo? Yeah, it's unbelievable. Leila Pereira addresses the issue of Paulinho's provocation. I've already told you, no whining, celebrating is normal, but let's see what Leila Pereira has to say about it. CBF once again might be harming Flamengo, and now there's a formal complaint at the STJD. Look, it's crazy. And a meeting of clubs on the league issue is taking place with the CBF and without Flamengo present. You can catch these and other stories right here on the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. We're coming in strong. Hey guys, red and black greetings. This is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. If you're just joining us, I invite you to follow, like, and share on all platforms. But if you're on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe. Subscribe down here, turn on notifications, hit the bell, and leave a cool like on the video. We're here with a word from our sponsor. Guess who's here with us? Yeah, it's sporty, huh? That's right, man. Look at that, huh? I'm going to bring in something spectacular now. Check this out. Here's a tip. You're going to do the following. Check it out. To get more information, you can go to our Insta on Reels, okay? Why? There are 4, man, we're going to be helping out. There are several, actually, 4 or 5. We're putting out several interesting tips. The 2 main ones are the following. Flamengo to win the game. Pedro to score at any time. Boosted. It's super. It's unreal. The other one, okay? It's Flamengo to score a goal in the first half against Cusco. Man, Cusco lost by 8, right? Over there in Peru to Alianza. So here's what you do. If you want to join, there's a QR code here to access my Telegram tips channel so you can get everything there. Everything is explained there. Man, always play responsibly. It's for people over 18. It's for fun, not an investment, okay? And also, on my Insta, all the links are there. Man, take advantage. If you're signing up for the first time, you'll be able to participate. There are boosted odds. It's amazing. All right? So, join our channel right now for sports picks. We're giving you these tips there. All right? So, you can already take advantage of today's picks, right? There are several, 4 or 5. I think I put a few there. You already, man, that's it. I gave you the hint. But you'll only get it there, right? This possibility. Also, if you want to get, a better deal, go to Instagram on the Rios post, put your email there. If you're among the first 20, you'll do really well. Is that right? Well, we're also here with all our other sponsors. Haroldo's Caravan, for you to travel with Mengao. There's also Mais Cabello, the Mais Slim program. Weight loss with Mais Cabello. You're in a really good spot. Look, man, how my hair is growing. It used to be really thin. Look how nice it is now, right? Nice beard. Man, I'm healthy. Thank God. Mais Cabello, the Mais Slim program. Man, everything's there. All our sponsors, IP Florida, all of them, in the pinned comment and in the description. So, bem. Well, it's time for us to talk about Leila Pereira, who responded to Paulinho's provocation. I'm going to give my opinion right away, okay? I think there's too much whining about provocation in football. Paulinho is right. He has to provoke. He has to do the shush gesture. Gabigol did that, and the guys threw seats onto the field. The fine Palmeiras got was in reais, wasn't it? It was in reais, 1,000 reais, I don't know. I know the amount, man. It was symbolic because the guys threw seats onto the field when Gabigol did that. In 2019, Flamengo beat them twice, 3-0 beat them twice, 3-1 at the Allianz. Flamengo, man, won last year 2-0 twice. They dominated at Maracanã and became champions, while the others were twice runners-up. Now that they've won, you have to tease them. It's part of soccer. That's just how it goes. Man, you've got to tease them. Now, I think he could avoid this kind of thing, stepping on the badge. That's not cool. That's not cool. You're messing with the other institution, trying to mock the other club, which can't even defend itself there. Come on. It's a badge. It's a flag, right? It was good that the other Palmeiras player picked up the corner flag and put it back. That's how it should be. Yeah? Some players avoided stepping on the badge. That's just how it is. Now, when it comes to joking, go ahead. Davidson, for example, I talk with him and we get along. He said, how is it? Good, I don't know what. Yeah, he said he beat my son, saying that Flamengo is his son because he won. He scored the goal just like Danilo did against Palmeiras in the Libertadores, and he scored against Flamengo in 2021. Come on, it's just a joke, guys. For God's sake, it's just banter. This is what soccer is about. If not, Flamengo and Palmeiras dominate everything. Otherwise, what do we have? We need to tease each other. Sometimes you're the hunter, sometimes you're the hunted, but when it happens, you have to joke about it. Vasco will eventually beat Flamengo again, though it's hard now with all their investments unless things change there. But it's going to happen. Fluminense wins sometimes. Botafogo, it's normal, man. That's how it is. You have to joke and be joked about. Is that right? Yeah, look, Leila answered the following. The celebration also happens at my stadium. It's part of the game. See? That's it. They joke there too, man. We've joked there several times already. The referees have to decide whether it's right or not. No, Leila, I don't think that's it. It's about avoiding it. Avoiding the issue of stepping on the badge is unnecessary. But come on, making a silence gesture, joking around too, posting a picture of him doing the shush gesture, that's normal. Yeah, I don't think it's disrespectful to celebrate like they did in Palmeiras' win. What bothers me about the officiating isn't interference, it's the lack of consistency, but I know the CBF is working hard to fix it. Working hard, right? You liked it because in that game it was good for you too. Just like you praised it that time when there was that penalty mistake with São Paulo, that whole thing. You praised it and celebrated a lot. But that's it. That's all about celebrating, okay? Yeah, but that's up to the player. The referees shouldn't have to punish that. It's up to the player not to do that. That's it. The rest is just whining. I'm in favor of celebrating. Guys, check this out. Flamengo's probable lineup is out, huh? Check this out. Mango's probable lineup is out, okay? From the Flamengo guys. Special, huh? Here it is. Look, probable lineup for Mango. Yeah, Flamengo on the field against Cusco tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. at Maracanã. Yeah, probable lineup, Rossi or Andrew, okay? It's possible they'll go with Andrew. Varela or Royal. Vitão or Léo Pereira or Léo Ortiz. And Ayrton Lucas. Everton Araújo. Paquetá. Carrascal. De la Cruz or Pulgar, right? Yeah. Lino and Pedro. Or Bruno Henrique. I'll get it here, okay? The lineup from the screenshot, okay? I'm going to switch Rossi for, I think he'll go with Andrew. Andrew, Varela, Vitão, Léo Pereira, Ayrton Lucas. Everton Araújo, Paquetá, Carrascal, Samuel Lino, Plata, and Pedro, okay? So what do you guys think? Is this lineup good? Did you like the lineup, the probable lineup for Mengo? Interesting, right? Yeah, I mean, man, even so, right? With a lot of players missing, Flamengo could still have that option there. It could be that Pulgar comes in too, right? Pulgar in place of Everton Araújo. It's possible. It's possible. Comment here. How would you line up for this Flamengo game? Guys, here's the thing. Check this out. The CBF held a meeting about the Unified Brazilian Football League, and it seems there really is a split. Yeah, BAP wasn't present at the meeting. That was the meeting where Leila ended up giving an interview there. The CBF held this meeting about restructuring the Unified Brazilian Football League with representatives from almost all the teams from Serie A and Serie B present. The main absence at the meeting was the president of Flamengo, Luiz Eduardo Baptista. The absence comes right after disagreements between the club and the CBF due to the decision not to postpone the match against Coritiba, which is part of the next round of the Brasileirão. Guys, look, in contact with Flamengo's board, they told me that BAP did in fact send a representative, okay? Despite the reports in the media saying that Flamengo didn't send a representative, BAP supposedly sent Marcelo Campos Pinto, okay? I looked into it. So BAP sent Marcelo Campos Pinto as Flamengo's representative. So in this situation, Flamengo didn't have, BAP himself didn't go, okay. But it's not that there was no representative. That's not it. Flamengo was represented. The one representing them at the meeting was Marcelo. During the meeting, strategic points for the formation of the league were discussed, such as stadium infrastructure, agent regulation, ball in play time, match schedules, security, and so on. The one who attended the meeting was Francisco Mendes, the son of Minister Gilmar Mendes. Behind the scenes, there is speculation that Mendes may run for the presidency of the CBF in the next elections, or even try to become the CEO of the league. Look, Flamengo shouldn't, man, the CBF shouldn't manage any league. The league should, man, this thing of the CBF managing a league, it's just the same thing as before. It's more of the same. It's more of the same. I'm against it, man. I think the clubs have to manage things. And that's Leila Pereira's idea, wanting the CBF to manage it too. No. Single league. Okay. Single league. Okay. But with the CBF above the single league, then it's pointless. There has to be a team, right? A board of the league to organize things. And this board makes the decisions respecting the will of the clubs and not this mess we're seeing happen out there. Is Leila against it? Didn't she and the CBF both refuse to postpone the game? Are they friends again already? She didn't want to? Leila didn't want the game postponed? Or did she just not want to? I heard both Palmeiras and Flamengo wanted a postponement, but it didn't happen. So only Flamengo got a statement? What about Palmeiras? It's time to come together or not, right? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now, the CBF is going to create an anti-violence commission. Anti-violence. So, yeah, those are the topics they're discussing there. So, they want to create the commission in partnership with public security forces to prevent fans from being kept away from the stadiums. I think the fans will end up staying away from the stadiums with the refereeing the way it is, right? That's what you should be worried about, right? CBF should consider the criteria Leila mentioned. There needs to be a standard, not just for Palmeiras, but for everyone, right, Leila? That's the reality. And to wrap up our main topic here, right? This accusation brought up by Palmeiras' unofficial press office. We know who they are, right? There are some people at UOL, right, who act as informal advisors for Palmeiras, right? We're aware. We're aware, and we're not going to keep quiet about it anymore. We're not going to cover this up anymore, okay? This unofficial press office for Palmeiras, right? Yeah, so according to Palmeiras' unofficial press office, Coach Leonardo Jardim should be reported to the Superior Court of Sports Justice, STJD, for questioning the refereeing after the match between Flamengo and Palmeiras. The Flamengo coach in the press conference compared the win percentage of Flamengo and Palmeiras in games refereed by Davi Oliveira Lacerda. He said the following: I see data. Palmeiras has over 90% success rate with this referee. Flamengo less than 50%, okay? And then we have to point out that Abel Pereira spent the whole week saying that the referee for this game had to be brave. Nobody does anything. There's no punishment for Abel, right? The CBF doesn't punish Abel, right? And even so, the Palmeiras coach probably won't be reported. So where's Palmeiras press office to comment on this, right? Now, another thing. System and many other things, man. Abel talks about the refereeing, directly about the refereeing, and he's never reported, right? Never. Then it's people talking like that. It's already become persecution. So Abel is going to be banned from football, right? Yeah, that's right. Because what he says has to be banned, right? Yeah. Abel questioning before the game. Nobody sees that. LOL. Yeah, he's the guy who complains about refereeing the most and has never been reported for complaining. That's it. Only Abel from Cref isn't involved, right? I'm reading the comment. Go ahead and complain. It doesn't concern the sponsor, but only he can complain, right?
Yeah.
Just because he said that Palmeiras' performance with that referee was over 90%, did he lie? No? Is it? And with more than questionable calls, Leandro Nicolai says this. But then, the worst part, man, is that they punish him. And Abel, who talks all the time, isn't punished, isn't reported. But Probable was punished by the STJD. That's a different story. It's a separate story, an accusation, a different situation. I'm referring to constant complaints about refereeing. Abel, look here, Caio Teles. Abel talks all the time, and he hasn't even come close to the STJD. Regarding complaints, really no. On the field, doing his thing, yes, okay? Uwali Borges went to mess with Palmeiras, CBF's darling, right? Yeah, that statement even seemed like it was written by Palmeiras. That was crazy, wasn't it? That's true. That's true. It's surreal, my friends. It's surreal. I have to agree, right? Blatant persecution. Eli Mendes, go ahead. Yeah, and I was just about to forget. Carrascal was rewarded for what he did at Flamengo. It's unbelievable. Can you believe he was called up to the World Cup by the Colombian national team? The guy destroyed Flamengo in the match against Palmeiras. He already destroyed Flamengo in the Supercopa final. It's been this guy who's been making things worse. He has more red cards than goals. He's a guy who's kind of an attacker. Winger. He has more red cards than goals. He's being rewarded with a call-up to the Colombian national team. It's the lesser evil, and Flamengo should use that. I hope he excels in the cup and avoids the mistakes he makes at Flamengo, so that he can be transferred after the cup and Flamengo can minimize their losses. Because getting back what they actually paid for him is difficult, right? Asmar mentioned 25 million euros for Carrascal. Thiago Asmar said there was an offer of 25 million euros for Carrascal. If an offer of 15 or 10 million euros comes in, they let him go. Asmar said there was an offer of 25 million euros. Man, that's a lot, right? A guy who's doing what he's doing, but he's been called up, he's in the World Cup. If he does well in the World Cup, then root for him. So he does well in the World Cup, so Flamengo can get their money back too. For me, they have to make a deal. I don't know about you guys. Comment here. That's it. I invite you to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, leave a like, drop a like on the video. Greetings, Flamengo fans. This is Flamengo. Thanks.